Connecting, hopefully connected. Awesome. So that's happened again. Oh, if people should come and help my life so that we'll get good internet. So apparently, the first live stream was got disconnected when we were about to start like the real work, and this is like the progress so far. So what I will do right now is just to like go over the steps or the procedures that we followed in order to get to this point. And we've had suggestions from Toluani and Olamide on how to actually execute this. So I'll quickly go over that also. And so I guess that makes sense. So let me just comment out all of these guys. Let me just comment all these guys out. I don't know if you saw this part. Okay, so let me comment all of these guys out. Then I will comment out the image also. So from the previous live stream, you probably this is what you probably saw. From the previous live stream, this was this was probably the stage where we're at. So a few changes I've made is I've turned this guy to an H1. This guy now the font family has been set to a sans serif instead of the default serif. And the difference between a serif and a sans serif is, for a layman, anything that looks like Times New Roman is a serif. Anything that does not look like Times New Roman is most likely a sans serif or belongs to another font family. But on the web, we have basically two font families, sans serif and serif. So that's that for that. So the next thing is so this guy is now jammed up to like the left hand side. And what we want to do is, because of the canvas size here, you can see that this guy is almost at the center, which means that if we have bigger screens, this guy has to be like at the center of the screen. So what we can do is we can simply come over here and say, so I've defined the class of quote wrapper for this container. Yeah, then I can come over here and say, so I can actually delete this guy and write the code and say dot quote wrapper and say that. So let me give it a background color first so that we can visually mark things out. Blue, violet, then margin, not margin auto. Then the maximum width, let's say, is 900 pixels. 900 pixels. Then come over here and see what we have here. So we now have this now. Sorry, let me okay, this guy has uncommented other things. Let me go back to commenting that out. Good. So you can see we have this now. To put it at the center, simply do margin auto. So this guy is now at the center. The next thing I want to do is bring in the image. So we've actually gone ahead to download the image, fela.jpg. This is the image of the legendary Fela Anikulapo Kuti. But if you look at the image here and what we have here, you can see that the aspect ratio of both is different. So we can actually go ahead and crop this in Photoshop, Paint, and other software, but we'll be doing this in the CSS way. So what I will simply do is, let me go ahead and comment this out and delete this guy also, is I will set a width and a height for this image. Let's say the width is 300 pixels, the height is, okay, let's say this guy is 350 pixels, or let's say 400 pixels, and the height is 350 pixels. Yeah. Then come over here and check out the results. Okay, the image is still commented out here, so I will simply uncomment that. And the way I'm commenting and uncommenting stuff in VS Code is to use Control and /. So if you hold Control and press /, and you highlight a text, it will comment it out or uncomment it. So one thing, of course, is this image looks squashed, and honestly, if you are working with me and you give me an image like this, I'll really spank you. So to fix that, you simply say object fits, and say cover. So I've done a longer explanation in the first live stream. I'm sorry, I may not be able to go over that again. So we have this guy now. Yeah. So the next thing I want to do quickly also is to increase the size of the H1. So that one, simply say font size, then come over here. Good. So the next thing I want to do is to ensure that these texts and the image are actually side by side. So how do we go about doing that? The first solutions are suggested by Toluwani and Olamide is we have a class of text wrapper to hold all our text, and we have a class of image wrapper to hold all our image. So what then can we do? We can simply come over here and say, say text wrapper. We can say text. Let me check YouTube.